is your epic dream?
Hmm. I take great pride in the work that I do, but I would love for it not to be a thing, right? For it not to be necessary to spend millions of dollars to, make the world a more equitable place, to lift up diverse voices, like I would love for those things to be.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of King Crush Thursday, the series where we highlight and uplift Black men, because frankly, not too many people are doing it. My name is Val Gay, and I'm super excited to bring this brother to you today. Let's see. He is a professional in the philanthropic world. He has vast experience with program development, in nonprofit strategic planning, journalism. He's done a lot of things, and I'm pleased to bring to you Mr. Shawn Mooring. Hi, Shawn.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you're here. So, Shawn, as you know, we are talking to bust open the myopic and narrowly defined lane that Black men seem to be confined in. With the goal of really just trying to bust it open so that one day, perhaps young kings who may or may not have positive Black male role models can come to this repository of 6 questions, see answers from so many different Black men, well over 100 now, and perhaps find guidance there. And then for the rest of us who are neither male or even Black, to be able to also look at this repository and get a better and deeper understanding of this enigmatic group because of the not necessarily incorrect, but certainly incomplete view that we see.
Right.
So I'm so grateful that you are here. And I'm going to get started with the first question, which is, what does manhood mean to you?
Oh, well, great question. And I think it's just really important. So for me as a Black man and a father of 2 boys, to really think about what manhood means. And I think it means a lot of things. I think it means being in touch with yourself. I think it means making sure that as a man, you are open not only to being willing to lead, but also being open and willing to listen, right? In order to be a good leader, you must also be a gracious and open follower, right? You have to be, I always pride myself in thinking of the way that I lead as a servant leader. I'm here to definitely push a pathway forward, but it's with a purpose, right? To serve, to protect, to care for. So all of those things I think have to be present as a man to be a man and to embrace masculinity. It's not lording over. It's not just the kill and feed and hunt and feed, right? But you have to do it all. I think it's an all-encompassing approach, right? And that you have to be in touch with your feminine side. You have to be open to both leading, learning, and caring. I think all of those pieces factor into masculinity.
That's awesome.
Manhood.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Shawn, who and or what is important to you?
Definitely God first, right? In my life. And then I definitely look to my family. As I said, I'm a father of two sons. My wife of a lumper, we separated, but it's still my family, right? We've gone through a recent divorce, but that doesn't change the fact that, she's the mother of my children and will always be a part of our lives. And so that really is grounded. And I also come from, I grew up in Philadelphia, but I always say I'm from Greenville, North Carolina, which is where my mother and father are from. So those Southern roots are very steeped and ingrained in me. I have about 20 or so cousins who are like my brothers and sisters, extended family. So our first cousins, those children call me Uncle Shawn and not cousin, because that's just how we all grew up. And so I think family is extremely important to me. My community both physically where I live, as well as the communities that I serve through work, serve through church, and the people that I encounter, right? So those are the areas of my life that are, both give me joy and are of great importance to me.
That's wonderful. So wonderful. So, Shawn, how do you want us to see you?
No, I do think about this often, right? And not in a vain way at all, right? But also kind of being in philanthropy. I've spent the last 20 years of my life working in philanthropy, doing work that is it's not a bad living, being able to give away other people's money for the greater good, right? But it also makes me think about legacy, right? Because a lot of philanthropic institutions or wealthy donors, it's about the name on the side of the building and that's not important to me, right? Like, again, my mantra is around servant leadership. So how can I serve? What's the legacy that I leave in a community, not knowing me by my name being on the side of something because I help, garner resources to fund it, but that people recognize me or recognize the work that I've done because of the impact that it's had on the communities that I've been a part of. I've served on the school board in Lower Merion, where I just moved from, after my kids had already gone through, and very proud of the work that I did there, right? And we started our term right after COVID hit. We started in December, COVID hit in, March, right when the world shut down. And so that was like my introduction into school leadership. But with that came the racial reckoning and, work that we did around DEI as the world took a closer look at those issues and looking at, what we were able to do as a school board, as a community to focus on those issues. Again, that's the lasting legacy that, I hope to leave behind in terms of the work that I do and how I've impacted communities.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you. So, Shawn, what is your epic dream?
So, I mean, it is both a blessing and a curse for me, right? We're looking at the field that I work in because, I started my career going at the Ford Foundation back when it was before Gates and all that. So they were the largest foundation in the world at the time. And it was interesting to join them working. I got hired into the urban poverty program, but as I got there, it had changed, right? Become human development and reproductive health were the new, titles of the department, but it was still focusing on the same issues, right? It's poverty, it's workforce development, it's inequality. And what I would love is for it not to be those things. Like, these are the same issues from 60, 70, 100 years ago, right? That we've been struggling with as a world, as a nation, looking to address these issues. And so, I take great pride in the work that I do, but I would love for it not to be a thing, right? For it not to be necessary to spend millions of dollars to, make the world a more equitable place, to lift up diverse voices, like I would love for those things to be, right? Not that we're continually spending money, effort, and time to create something that should already be there, to create that equity that doesn't exist, but it should. So, it's that utopic, situation that we all strive for. And I long for that to be a reality and not a hope or a desire.
Hear, hear, and amen. Peace. Awesome. So you've been answering this next question all along implicitly, but I'm going to ask you explicitly. Mr. Shawn Mooring, who are you?
Who am I? I'm a father. I'm a servant leader. I'm a son. I'm a lover of life, right? I'm a lifelong learner. I'm a caring individual who just really is looking to, I think, make a contribution to leave the world better than it is right now, and someone who I think would just continue to strive to be the best person and human being that I can be, and lead by example.
Excellent. Thank you. So here we are, already at question 6.
All right.
Is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't ask you, or you wanted me to ask you that I didn't? In other words, what did I miss?
Although brief, I thought it was a very comprehensive conversation that I thoroughly enjoyed. I don't know that there's anything that you asked that I didn't share. I guess one thing that I would share, and I touched on it earlier, and that is, when I think about my life and, what led me to the success that I've had, and to being able to, despite my own antics as a teenager and all this, Black kid growing up in the inner city in West Philly, but what always kept me grounded and what I truly consider the blessing in my life is my family. Having that extended family. My father wasn't in the home. He was a part of my life growing up, but he wasn't in our home. But those uncles and aunties, I always say that I have 3 moms, my mom and her 2 sisters who live in Philly, who are all mothers to me. And just having that really great extended family allowed me to make mistakes that didn't, put me in a situation that I couldn't get out of. It kept me focused and kept me grounded. And so I can't stress enough the importance of family and the blessing that family is. And that started with my maternal grandfather, Arthur Council III, or Arthur Council Sr. And just what a blessing and that he has been in my life to model for all of us in my family.
That's really beautiful. I'm so glad you called his name. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I just thank you, and I'm grateful for your presence in the world, particularly in the world of philanthropy. As you know, it's not very many of you in that world. And while the reckoning continues, it's still very slow and not a lot. So I'm so grateful, and I honor you, my king, and I just pray that your epic dream comes true really soon.
Amen.
We can really start to move the needle and to talk more and to deal with issues that are more joyful for our communities and uplifting for our communities, and not just from a deficit perspective, right?
Absolutely.
Truly abundant perspective, and providing opportunities for people to fully live the lives that they were endowed to live, right? Or they've been so endowed. and born with. And so anyway, I'm just so grateful that you are here. So thank you so much. And I want you to stay right there, because I want to thank the audience for joining us. I really hope that you enjoyed this conversation today. And if there is a positive and successful Black man in your life that you want to see highlighted in this forum, please click the link below or in my bio, fill out the nomination form, and I'll take it from there. We are well over 100 brothers. It is so amazing. It is astounding to me. And I'm so grateful that we have so many different perspectives. I always say success does not mean what someone does for a living. With the exception of the two caveats of it being legal, and I've learned to say, and positive, I don't care what they do for a living. I am really interested in the impact that these brothers are having on the lives of the people around them, whether it's their nuclear family or the larger community and everyone else in between. Those are the brothers that we know exist and that we want to shine a light on and to contribute to this repository. So you may have someone who is almost a unicorn in the world of philanthropy or not. Is all of those. And so please nominate away. But yay.
Yes.
Excellent. And so please, next week, stay tuned next week for yet another amazing king. And in the meantime, please remember to spread love and have a great day. Thank you so much. And Shawn, thank you so much. That was really wonderful.
Thanks so much for having me.